Yo, people, what we saying, what we spraying, back again with another Sunday supplement, yeah? And I won't lie to anyone, Saturday provided us with a lot of juicy content because it is absolutely crazy what took place yesterday in a few of the games. Now, we're going to go through some tweets, and then obviously after that, we'll talk more generally about some of the games that happened. Certain man on the left of me found out that copying Arsenal isn't always the way to go. And yeah, then we'll obviously finally close out with the a little bit of a preview to the Arsenal versus Liverpool game that kicks off today at 4:30. But before we get into anything, people, just make sure you're hitting the like button. Just make sure you're subscribing. This is being streamed across all platforms: Halftime Hawks, Durag Diaries, and FamZone TV. So if you are in, and it is actually across Twitch as well and Twitter. So you can watch this in a whole variety of places. But just make sure you're coming over to everyone's YouTube and you're dropping them a like, dropping them a comment, and we're keeping it stepping. So look, before we get into anything, how are you guys doing?
Good,
Not too bad, not too bad, A reality check, but we move.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, keeping it brief, keeping it short. I hear it. Don't worry. Well, look, the place where we'll start, yeah, and I'll just show a quick image, yeah, because this is what has the whole internet, yeah, in an absolute chokehold, yeah. As you can see, Muniz steps on the foot of Chalobah. But before I get you guys' opinions on it, I actually have a video that I want to play, yeah, because the video itself actually covers my thoughts as a whole on the matter. So let me play this real quick.
People are really getting fed up with VAR and getting fed up with the forensics of VAR. I think that's the biggest thing, that every time there's a goal or an awarding or something happening, we're looking at it going, why are you looking for more? Why do you keep on doing this? It's a natural football movement. They find a foul within it. If you watch the reaction of every other single player on the pitch, no one wants a foul. Not one single player, not a Chelsea player, not a Fulham player. There is no one calling for it. He stood on his foot. It happens in football. It's contact sport.
I don't know where they get the word careless challenge from. I don't know what you want Muniz to do. He's literally doing a spin. Chalobah goes in for a stupid challenge, the wrong side. And what do you want Muniz to look into the future and be, I think I'm going to place my foot here now? It's just absolutely wild. And like Stephen said, it's like a microscope. It happens when a goal is scored, right? Where is it? What's you need something to maybe stop it, happening to prevent a goal. And you've got to think, what about King scoring his first goal, 18 years old as well? Those emotions happening. Yeah. I just think it's wild.
Whichever way you look at it, the game's going backwards and it's getting worse now.
So look, obviously, Dee, I saw your kind of video to this and your kind of, I guess, overall reaction to this. And it'll be good to get both of you guys' opinions on this, yeah. Is the game being, I guess, too kind of, I guess, like they said, microscopic? Like, are VAR and referees looking way too much into the details? And B, are we moving to a place where players will no longer be able to express themselves? Because, as you said, Dee, on your reaction, and as they alluded to in the video, Muniz is doing a natural football movement. Like, you don't even need to play football to know that. Like, he's doing a spin on the ball. So, like, what's really going on here?
The problem is the rules, isn't it? Go on, D.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, the problem's the rules, isn't it? Like, as much as we want to put it on the referees, which they are at fault because, they're the ones that are making these things bigger than they are. The problem is the rules, because the rules should state things very clearly and make it easier for the refs to actually handle the game. Like, if the player's doing a natural movement, as we saw, which was it was a 360, innit? Does a 360, you have to plant your foot to sort of gauge your balance when you spin off the ball. If your foot plants onto another player's foot, that's not a foul. It's a mistake. The player's hurt, and we can acknowledge all of that. but it's not a foul. It's just quite literally things that are going to happen in football. It's I feel like they seem to forget that football's a contact sport. Football is not like basketball. It's not you can't touch each other. If you touch someone, it's a foul. It's a contact sport, so there is allowed to be contact. Now, whether the contact is, like they said, I think the words they were using is reckless and dangerous. Reckless is a yellow card. Dangerous is a red card. That's not a dangerous challenge. That's not a dangerous challenge that would prevent you, or it's not even a reckless challenge. I was supposed.
It's not even a challenge.
It's not reckless. It's not a challenge at all. He's just playing the game. So I look at it and I say the rules are the biggest problems, but the referees implement it and are just like they said, everything's under a microscope. Less slow motion, everything. They need to get rid of this slow mo rubbish. There shouldn't be slow mos. Watch it in real time. If you can see, like with the Anthony Gordon one, you need a slow-mo because you want to establish where his foot started the contact, so how far high up the shin, and that's when's a slow-mo needed because you want to establish then. But away from that, yeah, slow-mo shouldn't be needed, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like, you know what I'm going to say, really, like, I feel like the over-analysis of everything is too much. Like, we've been playing football since we were all kids. You know what I'm saying? We've been playing football. This has got nothing to do with the rules, nothing to do with refs, nothing to do with team, nothing to do with that. We've been playing football since we were all kids. We all understand that the ball has to go in the net, and we know what a foul is. You know what I mean? We all argue over fouls in the playground and stuff like that. We all play football. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand how everyone that watches football is getting confused week in, week out about stuff that's going on the pitch. All of us are getting confused by what's going on. We don't have a clue what's going on with these teams, with these refs. No one has a clue what's going on. The refs don't understand. They don't not understand football. I don't think it's about football. They don't understand sport.
Yeah.
These guys, they don't understand sport. They don't understand when someone's running, yeah, you can't run with your arms behind your back. They don't understand that. They don't understand that when you're jumping up in the air, you're going to have a little bars with each other. They don't understand stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand, like, sport. They don't understand running. They don't understand jogging. These men, they don't understand sidestepping. They don't understand skipping ropes. They don't understand backflips and front flips. They don't understand how your body has to move in general. Nothing to do with football. Nothing to do with football. These men don't understand human body. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. These men don't understand it. Since when are we going to have defenders defending with arms behind their back?
Yeah.
This didn't start with this, you know. This just became this because it started with one little thing, and then it got to one other thing. Then it got to one other thing. Then it started with the defender's arm behind the back. Like it should be a handball when you're defending your arms. Now they have to defenders have to defend with their arms behind their back, bro. That's how it kind of started as well. Arms behind your back. How are you going to defend with your arm behind your back? That's the problem that we've got.
That's so difficult. It's actually so difficult because, like, when you understand, like, human biology, yeah, arms are used to maintain balance.
No, but that's not the issue. But that's not the issue. Not the issue. The issue is when you see people talking about it, they say it is a handball. His arms in an unnatural position. That's where the problem is. That there's people out there that actually advocate for your arms shouldn't be here. Then, bro, your arms. If it's an accident, it used to be accidental handball and intentional handball.
Yeah, ball to hand would be a thing. Yeah, ball to hand
in the box.
Do we not remember that even as youngsters, just to bring some balance in it, like even when we were watching football like 20 years ago, that was a massive conversation. What is ball to hand? What is handball? And it was always this was not on purpose. And it was always hard to manage. So I do get with the, you know, certain times defenders have to defend with their hands behind the back just to mitigate the amount of times that you're going to have that conversation of, is it ball to hand? Is it handball? But you are making a good point, D. Like, I'm not disputing your point. I'm just saying that there is a reason why they put that in place and sort of to manage the amount of circumstance that we do.
Yeah, but that's the point I'm making. If you put that in place, then you're going to get these decisions that you're going to have. We can't complain about these decisions if we're not complaining about the hand behind your back rule, because that's what happens. Standing on someone's foot while they're playing football is technically a foul. That's the point I'm making. But if you actually play football, you'll know that happens a million times in a game. Like if a man, that's going to happen. It's like sometimes you go up your arm, you might accidentally hit a guy in his chest or in his neck and that, because you're playing football. It's gonna happen, isn't it? Not every single thing's a yellow card. Not every single thing's a foul. Something might be, some might not be. It's different. But the point I'm making is, if we've got to the point where football, you're defending with arms behind your back, that is the whole problem. It starts there, bruv. It starts at stuff like that. You know what I mean? It started being, if you shoot from right next to you and it hits your arm, it's not a handball. You know what I'm saying? Then they started getting into, if it hits your arm on the way and the goal is scored in the first phase of a move, then it's a handball. And I'm like, bro, like if a ball comes over and I'm trying to control the ball and it hits the arm, bro, it's football, isn't it? These things, ball's gonna hit arm. Now they don't want no handball in the game at all. So
I think that I think that it depends, right? Like, I feel like they only really need to go to a certain level of scrutiny with handballs, like if it happens in the penalty box. I think, personally, I think outside the penalty box, every time it hits the hand, VAR, if the ref doesn't see it, VAR should just say, yes, hit the hand. Like,
no, but that's what I'm saying. This is the problem. If you do that, then you can't say one rule for one part and one rule for another. It has to be the same rules all over the pitch, because a penalty is technically a foul, whether it's inside the box or outside the box.
I hear that. But I just feel like there has to be more scrutiny. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I feel like more often than not, a handball should be given as a foul. I just think the level of scrutiny that VAR goes into with every decision should only really happen inside the penalty box. Like, outside the penalty box, I don't think that. Like, I just feel like just go by the letter of the law. Like, if the ball hits the hand and that qualifies as handball, then make it a handball. Like, if a certain height a player's foot makes contact with another player's leg is a foul, then it's a foul. Like, do you know what I mean? Because obviously, big up Mr. Slotball with the blood, man. Smash the like button and subscribe, folks. Please make sure you're hitting the likes by now. Shouldn't have to tell you, man. You man were on YouTube before all of us. You get me? So you know how important the like button is to people. You get me? We should be defo smashing it about. You get me? But I want to take it to what my issue is. My issue is more so, yeah, the fact that there's no consistency. Because I don't know if you lot will remember, but we saw the exact same thing happen in another game last season. Bruno Fernandes does the same swivel, but Bruno Fernandes isn't punished for it.
No, he got the penalty. He got a penalty.
Konsa was actually punished for it. So why in this scenario is Chalobah receiving the foul, but in that scenario, Konsa's being punished? They're the same thing. I don't
understand sport. This is what I'm saying. I think we've gone past the point of trying to say that these managers and these coaches, not coaches, so these referees, they're biased, or they're biased for the top six, or I just don't think they understand sport. I think we've got to just stop trying to get technical with them, because they just don't get it. Like, they don't get it, bro. Like, it's becoming to the point where no one understands anything. And Bruno Fernandes, like, when he steps on Konsa, you step on Konsa, you swivel, you step on Konsa, and like, potentially you could say that that's not really a foul, or it is a foul, or whatever. It's subjective, isn't it? That's what happens in football. It's subjective. Yeah. So don't get involved when the decision can be right or wrong. Where are you getting involved if the decision can be both sides? It doesn't make sense. And we're going to see the same thing happen in this game. And that was part of the football when we were young. You know, when you go power league, Jules will tell you, because Jules still plays football now and stuff. You go power league, bro, you can argue about a foul for 20 minutes.
Yeah, literally every single
you
time.
You can argue your bedrooms. That's a foul. How's that a foul? Bro? Get up, man. You're so. What are you talking about? You clip my foot. That's part of football. That's the enjoyment of it. Yeah. You get me? That's the part of football that you have. So if you can argue your bedrooms for 20 minutes about a foul at power league, what makes you think that if the refs are doing VAR that they're going to please everyone? You're not going to please everyone. So stay out of those decisions unless the decisions are game-changing decisions.
Yeah,
that's the whole point. If the ball goes out,
leave it in the referee's hands. Then when you mean
if the referee saw it in full time and said goal, everyone was fine. It's fine. Yeah. Chalobah, as a grown-up, big black centre back, is on the floor rolling around for 10 minutes. He's rolling because he knows we are going to check it.
That's gamesmanship, though, man. Let's be honest. That's just gamesmanship.
Yeah, but it's pathetic. It's pathetic. But it's still pathetic.
But let's have it right though, D. Yeah, just like I'm petty. We're petty, bro. Like, just like sometimes you're gonna see the other team do it. If they're gonna get away with something, I'm gonna get away with it too. So I'm not mad at Chalobah for acting the way he did, because he's doing that because that's where football's at nowadays. Everybody does it.
It's still pathetic. It doesn't make it not pathetic though.
No, it doesn't. But like, it's part of the game now, isn't it? It's generally just part of the game. Coaches actually tell you that. Coaches tell you if you feel a nick, go down, stay down, make a big deal of it. I remember watching one of All or Nothing, and they were making a big part of that. Coaches tell players that's what they're supposed to do on the pitch now.
Yeah, because they know that they're gonna go back and check it. Understand? That's the whole point.
You got to focus, bro. Man, so we're not allowed.
Yeah, focus. Man's a refugee. That's crazy. I don't think we want to talk about
that. Bro, you don't need to type that fast, bro. You can take it easy. You can chill.
He's distracted. He's talking about the riots all over the country and stuff like that.
Man. Yeah, he's talking about the England flags, in it. I hear it, but just to put it out there, to go off your point, George, you do realize that they came out at the beginning of the season and they actually, PGMOL said they're actually going to clamp down on players acting, like rolling around and all of that stuff. They said they're gonna crack down on it, and we're given an example of when really and truly they should crack down on it. But if Chalobah doesn't roll around like that for as long as he is, I don't even think anyone looks at it, because no players had a problem with it, because they're footballers.
Do you know the thing is though, Hooks? It's hard to tell you like when a player's acting or not. No, it's not hard, but like for you to go and clamp down on it, so to basically say, oh, I'm gonna give you a yellow card for acting. How can you tell someone how much their pain threshold is? Like that's just it's a very silly thing for them to put out, because like it might not hurt Chalobah, but it's gonna hurt Paqueta because he's smaller, he's more nimble. Yeah. So now it's just stupid, isn't it? So it's like they can't really clamp down on it. But I hear your point. It is something they need to try and manage.
Yeah, but go on.
No, go.
We had a game when we played against Crystal Palace and we had no VAR. It was the most refreshing game. And even though we scored an offside goal because Jesus was technically offside, it was refreshing. Now, the thing is, what happens is now, this VAR and stuff was really kind of brought in to stop the Henry handball against Ireland. Stuff like that. That's what it was brought in to stop. The Henry offside goal in Ireland, the Frank Lampard goal against Germany that was over the line but wasn't. The Frank Lampard goal against Germany. Big up Martin, big up my broski. Yeah, I got my badges still.
Yeah, come on.
It's meant to stop the like I say, the Henry handball against Ireland when they knocked them out. The Lampard goal is meant to stop like the stuff like that, the big moments that happen in the world of football that were controversial and should have been seen, because the reason why they said that was because we could see it on screen. So they said, well, if we can see it on screen, we need to allow the rest to see it on screen. Do you get it? That's the whole point. So that's what VAR was brought in for. It wasn't brought in to go into all the minor details and disrupt the flow of the game, which is what's happening. So what we have to do, we have to leave it at the biggest calls that are making sense. Even the Ahmad penalty, I don't even think it should be used for that. I think we're going too far. It needs to be used for balls outside of like when it goes on to the, it goes out of play and stuff like that. Because what happens is you watch Tottenham and you see they play against Man City and Trafford comes out of his box, knees Kudos in the chest and handballs the ball outside of his box.
That was madness.
They let it go back to their business because Tottenham end up winning. It's not a big deal. But if Tottenham lose that game 1-0, it's another big deal. But these decisions that happen are consistently always happening. It happened in the Tottenham game against Tottenham and they still won the game.
I got a question just on that. Yeah, do we feel like there's a pressure on the referees from the bigger club? Because it seems like all these decisions usually happen in the bigger games and usually in the big team's favor, especially when they're up against a smaller team. Do we feel like there's pressure from the big six, let's just say, or the bigger teams on the referees? So these referees feel more inclined to look at these closer decisions and go on VAR because they know the clubs are going to give them a heavy pushback in the week later. Like it's only in the bigger club. Let's just say, if this was Burnley versus Fulham, I don't think that decision gets looked at. I don't think people actually zone in on it the way it is. But because it's Chelsea versus Fulham, it's like, oh no, we have to look at what happened to Chelsea.
Definitely. And I think it's also about the fact that referees want to get every decision right. Every decision is not going to be right in life. you have to accept that mistakes are going to happen, and the football fans have to accept it as well. But go on, Hawks, what was you going to say?
George, it's funny you say that, yeah, because game week 1, Eze free kick disallowed because of wall interference, yeah, for Chelsea, yeah. Game week 2, Chelsea goal allowed to stand despite clear foul on Paqueta, yeah, as you can see, the clear foul on Paqueta. You know, if anything, I think this is more of a foul than what Muniz did. I don't even think Muniz is a foul, but this is definitely more of a foul on Paqueta than it is on Chalobah. Do you know what? It's actually quite funny because wait, is that Chalobah? That's Chalobah, right?
That's Chalobah. Yeah, he's fouling Paqueta this time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's a bit ironic in it. And then game week 3, Fulham goal disallowed because of foul in build-up.
Yeah, but also as well, I think we have to be honest now. What Chalobah done, it's not just about the refs have got a hard game because everyone's trying to play it, but Chalobah's a baby. You're a grown centre-back, a big, tall centre-back that is lying on the ground. And you got to remember, he didn't lie on the ground. The ball's got in the net. They've celebrated. You're still on the ground for 3-4 minutes. Get up. What are you doing? Like, you look like a child. You get me? And all of these players do it. It's not just him. All of them do it. All of these players, they roll around. Fernandez rolls around on the ground, flipping and moving. Some of our players, they acting, they go there, they go down. They say, bruv, these guys, they are babies, bruv. Do you understand? They act like little babies. And this is why a lot of people say football's a soft sport. That's what they say. It's a soft sport. And it weren't like that. It's got to the point where it's like, it's so soft, bro. Like, man are just standing your foot when you're rolling around, and you see it all the time. Like I tell you, used to do a lot of the time. Like you get a lot of players that, like Hazard used to win a lot of penalties. You got like Sanchez used to roll around for times. Sometimes you kick a player and he rolled 10. Jesus, they rolled 10. They rolled 10 times.
Yeah,
they scream. You scream.
They're hating, controlling. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But you know what? Yeah. So a lot of people in the chat are saying how Hooks is trying to create some Chelsea conspiracy. My thing, it's not about Chelsea, like it just so happened in the Chelsea game, but there's certain things that make me think, you know what? I want to make it about Chelsea now because
it's not even about Chelsea. Chelsea fans were crying in my comments, complaining about it.
It's about Chelsea now. Yeah, because so according to the masses crying over the referee decision to cancel the Fulham goal against Chelsea yesterday, this tackle against Dauman is a penalty, and the tackle against Chalobah is not a foul, right? We love the fact that Chelsea winning is the source of your tears. Now, trust Chelsea fans to not actually know the difference between the two. So I'll explain it. So in scenario A, yeah, you have the Leeds player committing a foul on Dauman, who has the ball. So Dauman actively has the ball and the foul is being committed on Dauman. Yeah. Now, in Exhibit B, yeah, Muniz has the ball and Chalobah is trying to go in for the challenge on him to commit the foul on him. And because of Muniz's movement, while he has the ball, bearing in mind it's Muniz that has the ball, Chalobah doesn't have the ball. Yeah, he steps on him due to movement. Now, I don't know about you guys. Maybe you got superpowers, or I don't know, maybe you can move your body in certain ways once you've already committed to a certain movement midair. But it's actually impossible for Muniz to change the direction of his body in that scenario. How about this? He doesn't even know where Chalobah's foot is. So in one example, you have a player with the ball moving, being fouled. And then in the other scenario, you have a player with the ball and another player is trying to foul him. And because the player is trying to foul him, he ends up landing on his foot. Two completely different. I don't
even get how you can be in possession of the ball and commit a foul at the same time anyway. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Muniz is in possession of the ball. And like that's just like if you put your body across a player as you're dribbling and you accidentally step on their foot, is that now a foul? Because it won't be. You're in possession of the ball. They're getting in your way. It's definitely not a foul. Like, yeah, it's just strange, man. Very, very strange decisions. And that one, the only one, man. That one, the only one. Can we talk about this offside?
Jules, you was about to say exactly what I was about to say. It weren't even, and the thing is, yeah, these are the ones that are the biggest highlighted ones. Yeah, you got the Man United Burnley offside that no one understands what we're looking for. You know what what we're looking for here. And the thing is, yeah, what I don't get about the offsides is they Do you know how long it takes for them to? I thought it's semi-automated. I thought it was meant to be quick. They take 8. It's the same
3-4
process.
minutes.
It's the same process.
The only difference is we get this nice little graphic. That's the only. It's like they just paid to implement this graphic, so we can now see the line better.
But what can you zoom in and can you someone explain to me?
I can explain. Well, Richard Keys can it? Well, it's Andy Gray. One of them.
Oh, you're gonna play the video? Okay, cool.
Now this is the first one we've had. Okay, there's nothing in this body that shows offside.
Just notice that nothing in the body that
Make
shows
it full
offside.
screen.
Oh my bad. Nothing in the body. Nothing in the body. Yeah, makes it offside.
In the dark shaded area, right? Look at the corner of his shirt. They're saying, according to this, that is offside. That bit of his shirt is offside. How can that be?
And do you know what,
And
guys?
they might
Not
change
to
that
me
back.
back to you, because we remember when we spoke about the offside rule and potential changes. I remember I said it would be best for consistency if you do it from the player's foot. You always do the player's foot because then you can be consistent in the positioning. Now, because you can supposedly score with the sleeve of your arm, we're now doing offsides from the player's
It's the same
sleeve.
thing, bro. It's the same thing.
No. The difference is if you've done it with the foot, we can score with the foot, so you understand why. If his foot's ahead, they've got a slight advantage. His arm is ahead. Let's just say if they did see and it hit his elbow or just above his elbow, they wouldn't give that as a goal. We know that if it hit his elbow, they wouldn't give it as a goal.
So what are you? So what my point I'm making is, so if you say with the player's foot, you say not the knee, nothing above the boots.
The foot. It should just be the foot.
I don't know. I think it should be the leg. Because
The reason why that won't work, I'll tell you why that won't work. It's because it's easy in situations like this if it was the foot. You see that these two here, but when they're in the box and it's a corner, for example, and there's 10 players in the way, how are you going to find out the guy's foot that's in the middle of the box with the last player's foot? How are you going to
from a corner? You
No, I'm saying when the ball's pinballing around,
yeah, but you just like they do with this graphic, for one, they just take out all the players. Like they've got the technology to remove every player and just focus on the 2 furthest players forward, isn't it? So it would just be a case of
it'll be the same thing, bro.
No, you would not have the same issues because the foot is much easier to establish and draw the line at. Plus, we know the problem here is that you can score with that part of the body, so that's why it's being called offside. That's the issue. I don't think that you like that there's any consistency because if we saw a player score with that part of the body, we'd probably call it not a goal. It'd probably get called for handball.
I disagree. Do you want me to tell you my rule to this? Yeah, it's got nothing to do with any of these things here. If you can look at it like us here, we get the graphic up, and you look at it with your naked eye, and it's not clear in say 5 seconds, it's onside.
Nah,
that's how I do it. That's how
I don't know. That's a bit. I don't know. That's
how I do it. You look at it. If it looks like it's fairly thingy, you leave it onside.
I'm not so sure about
it. It's the same way how it used to be with goals. Before we had goal line technology, if the ball looked like it was over the line, it was a goal. No one complained about it because that's
how many times would they make bad decisions because there's no referee close enough to make that decision. That was the problem.
Bro, if you do it exactly by the pinpoint, you're gonna get these decisions all the time forever. You're saying to remove the actual point of the offside, but it's gonna have the same issues because it's factually. I think the factual part has to be taken out of it. It has to be when you look at it, you give us the screen and you look at it, and we're not 100% sure for 5-10 seconds. Give the goal, and then we move on.
But
do you know what? Yeah,
now they don't.
I'm on this though.
I'm
on this. This is what I'm on. Yeah, because to me, this makes the most sense, and you can apply it to what happened in the Manchester United game, which is there's no like he's offside by the corner of his t-shirt, but in that phase of play, there's no advantage. Like there's no advantage. There's no technical. There's no advantage. There's no advantage between that corner provides zero advantage in that phase of play.
Yeah, but then what about his kneecap that goes ahead? It doesn't like this today.
Yeah. There's no advantage. Like to me, there's no advantage. I think offside should only be given when there's a clear advantage. There's no advantage.
The same issue, bro. It'll be the same issue, bro.
But it's like
because you're saying there's no advantage, but the advantage if my knee is ahead. But that's what you're saying. That's your opinion.
No. In this phase of play, there's no advantage. Like there's no advantage. Like being offside by the corner of your shirt Like that's how close it is. There's no advantage.
Yeah,
But
but
don't we already see them? This is what the problem is, though, is because we're trying to find a rule, and even us three can't agree on it. Because what you said, D, is my problem with what your one is. Oh, if you can't notice in 5 or 10 seconds, well, maybe someone's eyes are bad enough that they can't notice it, and someone's eyes are better. Maybe you need the technology to make the decision. If the technology can line it up, then we've all
you
got
don't
to
need
go
you don't need the technology. You don't need the technology
because you can't just go off of someone's eyes. Oh yeah, if they can figure out within 5 or 10 seconds, what if the angle's bad? What if they need? There's so many things.
Then it's onside. Then it's onside.
Nah, man, because
then
certain teams are going to be getting an advantage when some teams won't. What if they say they can't really tell, but the player's like more offside than another goal that gets disallowed, or the player's not as offside? Then there's no consistency.
But if I can't see it's offside with my eyes, it should be onside.
But that's just because you can't see it with your eyes doesn't mean that it's not.
Yeah,
offside.
That's how it needs to be, because otherwise you're always going to get this situation if you want it to be factually on or off. It's not like goal line technology where you're on or off. Goal line technology, if the ball goes over or not, if you're doing offsides, you're going to always have this thing where it's minuscule because we can't see that it's a millimeter offside. If they
this is automated, by the way.
So what you're saying basically, D, is we should just go back, and I'm not saying it's wrong because I was actually fine with there being mistakes. I was actually fine. I thought football without VAR was fine. But basically, we should just go back to what we had before with no VAR during offsides. And when you talk about if they can't see with their eyes, that's the linesman's job.
No,
I'm saying with their eyes,
that's not what I'm saying. No,
I know, but you're saying to do a replay. But if you do a replay, then there's subjectiveness because some people might see with their eyes, some people might not.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
I get exactly what you're saying, D. You just don't.
I'm not saying it's subjective. It's not subjective at all. I'm saying if that image there that you just put up, that image that you just put up, if you look at it and you can't see that it's offside, it should be onside.
But what if somebody looks at it and says they can see it's offside? So it is subjective. That's my point.
But the issue's not about seeing that it's offside. It's just not offside. That's the issue with that image. The issue with that image is that it's not offside. It's not about one person looks at it and sees offside and another person looks at it and can't. Like, that is just not offside. So the point that you're making, that's a very bad image for it because that is just not offside. Like, to me, there's
that's what I'm saying.
No, but you're saying in scenarios where it comes to an offside decision and you can't see it within a period of time, then it should just
you're wrong. This image here is offside.
No, it's not. It's not offside.
No, he is offside. What are you talking about?
He's actually not offside, though.
No, he actually is offside.
I mean, he's actually not offside.
What are you talking about?
I can't zoom in enough on the picture because
it was a semi-automated that gave it. It's offside.
Yeah, but
it's offside.
But like it's not fact. No, because the thing is, his sleeve, which is what is making him offside. Is actually in line with.
Oh, you're arguing.
It's actually behind. No, but it's actually behind the elbow.
You're arguing with the facts.
No. It's not a fact though. It's not onside. I mean, sorry, it's not offside. His sleeve is behind his elbow.
Wait, who are you arguing with here?
You keep saying it's. You keep saying,
are you right?
From your eyes, you can't see it's offside. You're saying from your eyes you can't see it.
You should agree.
That's subjective because I can look at it and be like, okay, his arms forward. Our eyes aren't the same. Somebody might look at it and think the Burnley players.
I don't understand what point. This is the point I'm making is if you look at that image, it looks like he's onside. So to me, it should be onside. Factually, it's offside because the automated system has said it's offside.
Why is it factually offside?
Because it's a system.
By the way, it's semi-automated as well, so it's not fully automated. But why is it offside?
What do you mean?
What? No, but I mean, So for one, this is a rule. Yeah, you can't be offside with an area of the body that you cannot score with. That's a rule. You cannot score with your arm. It is illegal to score a goal in football with your arm. Yeah,
but that's why it's offside, because the part of the body that they're saying is offside, you can score with the actual part of the sleeve. That's the point. What are you confused about?
You're actually killing it. You're actually
I don't think you're getting it.
yeah. I don't think you're not getting it. So
We're
it's
both
fine.
making the same point, and you're just not getting it, bro.
You're not
There's
getting it.
nothing
But
to get. There's something.
No, but that's your problem. Is you think there's nothing to get. You don't want to get it. That's the point. Is you don't want to.
so obviously,
You don't wanna get it, bro.
Wait, you're not arguing with me. You know, you're arguing with the system. You're not arguing with me.
No. But the point is, you keep saying, "Oh, I can look at it and see the Burnley player is onside." Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, but somebody can look at it and say, "I can look at it and see the Burnley player's offside." You can look at it and make that decision, right? You can look at it and make that decision.
I don't think you can.
But someone can. There will be someone that can.
There will be someone that
the
can.
point is there will be someone that can. And
There's people that
imagine
look at-
if we
that's
done the
people-
rule your way, and they're just in the VAR room and they're looking, and they're like, someone says they can. What are they doing a vote for them? The people that, like, 5 people who makes the decision, like it wouldn't make no sense. Because someone might say something, someone might say the other.
When you look, okay, so let's do it now. When you look at this at that picture, does it look offside to you?
That's just us three, though. But we're saying
it's us three that on the panel, isn't it? So I'm asking you, does it look offside to you?
No.
So no to me and no to George. So there's no problem. We all agree.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This is not how it works in football. Yeah, it's not how it works in the video.
Like we can't just do
Yeah,
it.
but you know what? But but here's another way you could easily solve it, because I don't think like the issue is not just the decision. I think, and this goes with a lot of stuff as well. I think the issue is how long it takes for everyone to come to a decision as well. So I would be completely fine if there was I don't know, like a panel of refs or assistant refs or whatever officials that are on VAR, and it's like, okay, they do a vote. Do you think it's onside? Do you think it's offside? And the majority wins. Because for me, if there's a democracy, then I'm like, cool. At least a bunch of people that are meant to be skilled at their job have analyzed all the information presented to them. They've come to a vote, and the majority's won the vote. Then I'll be like, cool, because it would shorten how long it takes for these decisions to happen. And I think
that'll take long, bro.
Yeah, democracy. Come to a democracy, like, because what happens now is everyone there has to come to a like, everyone has to agree.
Who's everyone?
On the people in the VAR has to agree.
And if they don't, then what? I ain't got time for that, bro.
Yeah, but
D, I don't get it. So you're just saying one person's in charge, and we have to go off what that one person sees.
Bro, listen, that picture, yeah, is technically offside. So I don't know what you're arguing with. It's factually off. He's offside. So you're arguing not against me. You're arguing against the system.
No, I'm arguing against the point that you made. We're both arguing against the point that you made on how you want the system to be. That's exactly what we're arguing against. I don't know what
like I said, the system I want it to be is if you can't see that it's offside with your eyes, it's onside.
No, we did that.
That's
but
it.
That is again subjective. Everyone's eyes are different, bro. Everyone's got different eyesight.
But football's subjective. Fouls are subjective. It's the same thing anyway.
But
I'm saying.
Okay, so what about? Okay, so what? So your way is actually mad.
I'm so confused.
Your way, I don't think you realize how mad your way is. Because no, your way is mad. Because what about if I'm in the VAR? What if I'm in the VAR? Yeah, and I don't know, I've got a bit of bias now. Say, for example, say I was a ref last season at a Chelsea game or whatever, yeah, and the Chelsea fans really got onto my back. You know, I had a horrible game because of them. They was cussing out my family in the stands and all of that. And now I'm VAR for the next game. And there's a scenario where, it looks tricky. You know what? To me, yeah, it looks offside. You're just saying that, yeah, I should just be allowed. Yes, offside now because I looked here and yes, offside. So
we're talking about biasness and all that. I'm not.
Yeah, but
that has to come in play, bro. That will happen. You're saying one person has to look at it and there's no factual decision.
If that's the case, why are you arguing against this system that called it offside then?
Because it's not off. It's the system.
We're arguing against the rule. You're arguing against the system. We're arguing against the rule itself.
What is it? Is it offside or onside?
To me, it's onside because.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because, by the way,
you're not listening.
You're not listening, yeah?
I don't mean it's onside.
You're doing the not listening to
minutes. It's factually offside. Why do you keep saying it's onside?
Yeah,
and we're arguing against the rule, D. That's the point. We're arguing against the rule, bro. You're not refusing to listen and understand that. We're arguing against the ruling, not the way that it was carried out. You're arguing against the system of calling the ruling. I'm arguing against the ruling entirely. The ruling is wrong that the player's sleeve could cause a man to be offside.
Yeah, it's
That's
dumb.
what's wrong.
Dumb.
Not
It's
the way
so
that they measured it. Not the way they done it. The VAR is not wrong. It's the
Bro,
point of
the shoulder can be offside. That's
but
the
that wasn't
rule,
his shoulder. That was his
It's
sleeve.
not his
That's
shoulder.
the
It's the
It's
sleeve.
above it's the armpit.
It's above the It's not above the armpit.
not
That was
above
the elbow.
the
It's at the, oh,
It's
put
at
it
the
up.
elbow. It's at the elbow, bro. It's literally at his elbow.
I don't even know what. I don't actually know.
Yeah,
what
you
it
don't.
No,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
listening.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
this on purpose.
No,
Though. You
because
actually
I don't know
you
what
can't
you're
just keep
talking
doing
about.
that.
I don't
You
You're
can't-
being, you're being controversial on purpose. So because you're being controversial on purpose, big up Pro Mice, yeah, for
I don't know
gifting
what you're talking about.
1, 2, 3, 4 half time Hawks. YouTube, mama memberships. Bad man. The chat's gone mad, so I don't actually know who it was, but obviously make sure you people were dropping W's in the chat for that. Big support. I love the support. I appreciate the support. And yeah, D's gone a bit mad. So because D's gone a bit mad, we're gonna move on.
You lot are going ballistic, bro. You lot don't know what you're talking
You're moving mad. So
No, D, you are. You
you're
actually do
actually
this.
moving
But
mad.
recently,
Yeah, you're doing
you
on purpose,
refuse
yeah.
to listen
You
in
don't know what
debates.
you're talking about.
You
You
don't
don't
debate. I'm
know what you're talking about.
yeah,
bro. You
you're
don't know what
actually
talking about.
yeah. So
So you're saying wait, are you saying that the system was wrong? Is that what you're saying overall?
see, this is how I prove. This proves that you wasn't listening because you're still talking about the system when I'm talking about the rules of the game. So because of that, you just proved that you wasn't listening. Yeah, you just proved you
Oh,
wasn't
no,
listening.
D, you didn't listen. You didn't listen.
Yeah, you just proved it.
You lot,
Watch
man.
back the show. Watch back the show, and you'll get that
Yeah.
you've never listened for the past 20
You
minutes.
lot, you lot going mad. You lot going.
So, by the way, do you know what else is going mad? Yeah. Not only was Chelsea forcing Jackson to leave, they're now forcing him to stay. So, exclusive, Chelsea informed Bayern Munich they will not be proceeding with proposed loan of Nicholas Jackson after injury to Liam Delap. 24-year-old striker traveled to Germany for Bayern move, but CFC requested Senegal international returns to London. And I don't even think that Jackson actually knew until quite late on, because obviously there's videos of him being at the medical and all stuff like that. And
he actually refused to return, proceeded with his medical, but Bayern then told him that they can't proceed without Chelsea's signature in it. So he's still in Germany. I think he's still in Germany, just waiting around in Germany to see if they can get a deal done. So he's there ready to basically sign the signature.
They ain't gonna let it go though.
He's refused to come back. Okay. So look, now my only thing on this whole scenario, I think the scenario is mad. Yeah. But I think that this proves, why people shouldn't be angry at Isak for wanting to leave. Because the clubs clearly are just deciding what they're going to do with this player. Like, at one moment, yeah, we want you to go. At the next moment, no, we want you to stay. And Jackson can literally do nothing about it in either scenario. So when people are saying, Isak is moving mad and all of this stuff, like, because it even goes, it's going to trigger a lot of Liverpool fans, but even goes back to when last season when we was talking about the Trent stuff. Yeah. Trent has to make the best decision for him because the club will always make the best decision for the club. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that what Chelsea are doing in this scenario is mad. Personally, I think it's mad. Yeah. And the funniest thing is, what could potentially happen is they could block this move for Jackson. Yeah. And then with the deadline being close, Bayern could actually go and get someone else. And then Chelsea could actually sign another striker because they've been linked with that Conrad Lima guy from Sporting. And then Jackson is now left with, I actually wanted to go Bayern, but Bayern don't want me no more. And now Chelsea, you signed someone else, so you don't want me no more. So what now? And then maybe he ends up at some DB club that he never wanted to go to. And I don't know. To me, the whole thing is crazy. Like, to me, the whole thing is actually just mad. But I don't know what you man think about this whole scenario.
They have to do it though, innit? They ain't got a striker. They ain't really got much of a choice, innit?
That's Jackson's problem though.
They have Pedro.
There's only one striker, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but Delap's not out for 6 months. Apparently, he's out for 6 to 12 weeks.
Yeah,
That's a long time, bro.
It's a fairly long time. I do get it. Like, I totally understand Chelsea's stance, innit? Like, being non-biased, like, if this was my team, I'd probably expect that we call back a striker as well. But they have Tariq George, and they're literally looking to loan out or sell Tyreek George. I don't know if you also see, D, is that they are willing to let go of Jackson just as long as it's a permanent sale. So this is all a money play. They are happy to let their squad be thin if Bayern are going to pay the 60 million pound now to bring him in. But it's only, because it's going to be a loan and we're not going to get that much money, we're not going to leave ourselves short. I think this is just totally wrong for the player. Like Hook said, now he's going to be put in a scenario where he might now be forced to go to a team where it's not a good move for him, because he was putting himself in a very good situation where he's going to go to Bayern, a team that's going to be playing Champions League, potentially competing for Champions League. And he could have earned himself a move there next season, especially considering Kane might be on the move next season. So that he had the perfect sort of segue into a new path and a better team and potentially a better career his way. And now Chelsea have completely messed up for him off the back of an injury to Delap. I don't think it's right, but I understand the team's point of view in it. I think it's very hard.
It's wrong from the player's point of view, and it's morally wrong, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? The same thing that they did with Chalobah, though, when they brought him back. From Crystal Palace. It's no different to what they done there. You know what I'm saying? They decided that they wanted him back for whatever reasons, and they done the same thing.
But he's actually
benefited.
That's the only difference I'll say is like Chalobah's actually benefited in the sense where he's fully been reintegrated into.
He didn't want to return.
Yeah, but his obviously I don't know Chalobah personally, but from everything that I've seen, the issue was the minutes that he's playing, his game time. Yeah. He's now been reintegrated into, he's playing first team football for Chelsea. The only difference here is as soon as Delap is back to full fitness, Jackson becomes their third choice striker.
Yeah, we know that though.
Do you know what it is? Don't we think like the biggest thing where it's wrong is that, like, for one, Jackson got them through the past 2 seasons. Although he wasn't amazing, there was times when, even remember at the start of the year, D, when people were saying, Jackson most improved player. Remember people were saying all these things. This was just December last year. So in the way that Chelsea treated him at the end of the season to basically sign Delap, then sign Pedro and say, we don't need you no more, get gone. But now, we need you now. I would be, if I was him, just completely refusing to play. I'd say, I am not playing for Chelsea. Bring me back and I 100%. Won't play. Because the way they tried to do him dirty 3 months ago, and now you want me and need me. Like, they done it. If
you get fined, though, you'll get fined because he's still technically on the contract. The only thing is, with Chelsea, people praise them and then, like, kind of bash them with the same brush. Chelsea have never been, in the last few years, they've not been attached emotionally to any players. So this is exactly what Chelsea do anyway. If you're not good enough, they sell you. If you come here for 100 million, Mudryk, you're messing around, they sell you. They bring players, they sell them. So this is what Chelsea have been doing for the last 4 years, 5 years anyway. So this is no different. They don't care about whether it's your dream to go to Bayern Munich or whether you're going to get 30 minutes. Right now, we need you, you're coming back. When we don't need you, you can go. This is what they've been doing anyway. So we can't have it both ways. You know what I mean? We can't be, Chelsea's model is really benefiting and people should follow that model and sell women's teams and sell training grounds and do all that type of stuff. We need to be ruthless and sell well like Chelsea. And then when they do it the other way, then we kind of bash them with the same brush. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. They're an emotionless club that don't have like the heart to care about their players. They focus solely on their team, and whatever benefits their team, they make that decision. That's it. If your manager's not good enough, you go. We don't care if he's a legend or not. They're not bothered. They wouldn't have had Arteta all this time. Arteta would have been gone 4 years ago.
Yeah, he would have been gone very long time ago. Very, very long
Ages ago. They would have been Odegaard would have sold Odegaard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this stuff, it would have been gone time ago, bro. Zuberman, all of these players that we've got, Chelsea ain't got that affiliation and that care. You know what I'm saying? They're not bothered.
What about... Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
No, I was just going to say, so what about in the scenario for Vissa? Because I don't know if you guys did see, obviously, Vissa released a statement today, basically saying that, like, and he's doing it the right way. He's come out and said, I don't want a bad relationship with Brentford. I don't want to leave on bad terms. But Brentford made a promise to me, and I was told that promise was going to be kept, and they're now doing me dirty. Like, I'm putting out a statement to basically tell my side of the story. He's tried to go about it the right way all summer. He hasn't done what Isaac done. And hasn't refused to train, hasn't refused to turn up to things. He's training, he's doing all this. He's just not playing whilst he wants to figure out his scenario. What about on that side of thing? Like, how Do you think it's right the way that Brentford are moving? Because they told him that they'd sell him for a certain price, and now they're going back on it because they haven't really got much.
But they did this with Mbemo. They said, well, this is the price, and this is what we're getting for it, and that's the same. Brentford are losing 2 of their best players. They should be getting the money that they want.
No, but what he's saying is they promised him a price of 40 million, and now they've put the price up to 60 million. So they've basically changed the value.
I don't know where all this comes from, where players now, if you want to, you got to do what Mbappe did and run your contract down. Do what Trent did and run your contract down. I don't know where all of this, because I want to leave, I should leave, has come from. That never used to be like that. You sign a contract, you're under contract. Where's the benefit to the club? Obviously, the player, we understand from a player's perspective, but where is the protection for the club? The protection for the club is why I've signed contract. That's the protection for the club, so that you have to play here for a certain amount of time, and a team has to come and buy you for the value that we set. That is the whole point of a contract. Otherwise, everyone should be on a rolling contract. You know what I'm saying? And then you wouldn't have the benefits of holiday pay and injury pay. Do you know what I'm saying? Because when these players get injured, they get paid full pay. Jesus has been injured for over a year. He gets $265 a week every month. He gets his money. He gets 1 point whatever million it is every month.
Yeah,
no problem.
Yeah,
and he's injured. So it's all well and good you being injured and getting paid full pay, but then when we want to get the deal that we need to get for you, you don't want us to do it. You want us to go on and sell you for cheap.
I think that this window has shown us, well, not us, because I guess to a degree we kind of already knew, but it's definitely shown players that these gentleman agreements that you think that you have in place, if they're not in writing, haven't been signed, they mean absolutely nothing. Players need to see, this is the thing. Players need to get smarter. Like, I feel like and you know what, whether it's the players or whether it's because I feel like an agent would push their player to sign an extension knowing that they want to leave if that extension guarantees a bonus, a release clause, because they're still making money. But from the player's perspective, it's actually much better for them to try and negotiate a way out to the club that they want to go to. So whether it's the bad choice in agent, whether it's not really knowing, and to be fair, not a lot of people actually know the ins and outs of the legal sides of gentleman agreements and contracts just in general. So it is a bit harsh to kind of, I guess, hook them on that. But players do need to get smarter. I think that's the one thing that this window has shown, because it's not just been 1 or 2 players. It's happened to a lot of players. Like Arsenal, we had to go through with Victor Gyökeres. It's just that we was able to come to some sort of a agreement because A, how the player behaved, and B, his agent was willing to waive a fee so his player could make the move. Not every agent is going to do that. Not every agent is going to be as willing to support their player in that way, because a lot of it, let's be real, a lot of agents just want money.
No, that's a bit. Not a lot of agents don't just want money. A lot of agents care about their players as well. But I know a lot of agents they actually have a vested interest in the players. So it's not really true like that. But what a lot of people do want, they want the best for their player. So, for example, the best for Jackson's player would be, the best for Jackson's agent would be for him to go to Bayern Munich. You know what I'm saying? The best for certain players would be to go to a bigger club. That's what they want. The only issue that we have with this is, where's the protection for the club? That's the only thing we never seem to talk about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when the contract it's been like, say, it's getting to the point where a gentleman's agreement, because even like us, if we say like, you know what, if we set up a podcast and then, you know what, D, you put it in your name for now, for example, because it makes sense, it's viable right now, and then we'll split it when we all start getting money. I'll give you money, and then we fall out. Technically, that's a gentleman's agreement. You get it?
Yeah. So do we think the solution is like players need to negotiate for release clauses in their contract? Like in La Liga, every player has to have a release clause in their contract. In the Premier League, the players should be smart enough, or players should be pushing, especially when you play for a club of let's say a lower level where you know there's a step forward or a potentially a stepping stone. They should all have release clauses in their contract if you know that, because that's the only thing that will prevent you from having these scenarios, because then you can tell a team I'm worth this much, pay my release clause, and you don't have to talk to the club.
Or people stick to their word and honor what they say as human beings, because that is another thing that people don't do. You don't honor what you say, because a contract technically is you honoring, saying I'm going to stay for this period of time. That's what it means. So you're not on your contract either. Someone like Isaac and Wissa, you're also not owning your gentleman's agreement, because your gentleman's agreement was you would stay for 4 years or 5 years or whatever it is. But then on the flip side, if somebody says I'll let you go for 50 million next year, again, it's about owning your agreement as a man or as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Sticking to your guts, and you know what I'm saying. But it doesn't happen in football, man. People need to stop expecting loyalty in football. That's why Saliba and Saka, as much as it hurts me that they're not signing contracts, it actually technically makes sense, because it's like we know we might want to stay. We're big players. We don't need to re-sign now. It suits the club for them to re-sign now. It doesn't suit the players. The players are like, I don't need to re-sign. I can wait until my last year of my deal and then weigh up my options. And if I want to stay at Arsenal, I'll sign another one then. Why does Saliba need to sign a new deal now? He's got a year and a half left in his deal.
It's true.
He's got a year and a half left in his deal, and he can just wait and then see the options and then see what makes sense. That's what Trent done, and he decided what he wanted to do. That's what players are going to start doing more often. The Bosman ruling. That's what it came in for.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, in reality, players in the Premier League should negotiate release clauses into their contract, but the bigger Premier League clubs are not going to allow the large majority of their players to have release clauses in their contract, just for the simple fact that in La Liga, I don't even need to go talk to the club. I don't even pay the money to the club. I go to the like the La Liga and I say, yeah, I'm activating the release clause, because Arsenal did it with Partey. That completely caught Atletico Madrid off guard. Our deadline day, Arsenal just went to the Liga head. We're going to activate Partey's release clause.
But then most of the smarter clubs like Barcelona, they put their release clause, let's just say for Yamal, 1 billion. So they know that nobody can pay that release clause. Like if you are smart enough as a bigger club, you make sure that you protect yourself in that way, and you don't put a release clause at a realistic price for someone.
Yeah, but Yamal's a product.
Even not Yamal. You can look at like centre backs like Aruhal, however you say his name. He's got like a 700 million or 1 billion release clause as well. A lot of if they want to keep a player, they put a stupid release clause in there because they know nobody can pay it, and the player's quite happy.
But Barcelona's a bit different in it, because a lot of these players that join Barcelona, like, it's their dream to play for Barcelona. So Barcelona has a lot of power in these negotiations. Like, for example, Isak going to Newcastle. Like, it's not Isak's dream to play for Newcastle. So why would he ever entertain a 700 million or 1 billion release clause in his contract?
But Newcastle wouldn't have that power to do that. Only the clubs in England that would be able to do that would be like a Liverpool or potentially Man City. Or like, I don't think Arsenal would be able to do that. And if they could with certain players like a Saka, like an Eze, a player who really wants to stay at the club. But like they said, like some clubs won't do it, some clubs will, because somebody might actually pay it. PSG didn't want to do it no more because clubs will actually pay, or like that's the problem. So I don't know, man. I just think players have got to be smarter. As much as clubs should have morals, like Dee said, you know, everybody should be sticking to their agreements. Players have just got to be smarter. Like how clubs find loopholes, players have got to find loopholes to try and make sure that they have ways out of their contracts.
Yeah, no, facts. All right, so you know what? Yeah, let's just quickly, you know, we've covered the majority of the news, but let's just quickly talk about the elephant in the room. So Liverpool, Arsenal go to Liverpool. Oh, not that elephant. That's the bit you get allowed this time. I'll allow you. Maybe we'll find room to.
It's not that we're going to talk about North Divide tomorrow. We
can slew you later. But the other elephant in the room, the bigger elephant in the room, is Arsenal go to Anfield today. 4:30 kickoff.
Oh, you don't want to touch on Tottenham losing? Oh, okay, cool. Go on.
Yeah. Maybe we can save a little spot at the end, but let's
We're running for time. I think we should focus on the big game because we're short for time. We've got like race. There's bigger fish to fry ultimately.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's interesting.
Hey, if enough people demand that,
depends what the chat wants. Depends what the chat wants. It's not about us. It's a community thing, isn't it? It's a community thing.
Yeah, if enough people in the chat demand it and call for it, then maybe we talk about Spurs losing. But let's talk about the Arsenal Liverpool game. Have any of you had a like on the day? Because I know match day is different to like building up to it. Has any of your thoughts changed?
Mine a little bit.
All right, cool. What's it changed to?
Hasn't changed. I think obviously I predicted 2-2, but I think I was getting a bit carried away with us and getting in the hype of the Arsenal. I think it's going to be a lot harder game than I even remembered. Obviously, I hope it's not, but I still feel like it's still Liverpool at Anfield, isn't it?
So are you actually changing from a 2-2 draw to now Arsenal losing? Is that what?
No, I'm thinking of a 2-2 draw, but I think before what I thought was if any team would win, it would be Arsenal. But I think if any team would win, it would be Liverpool. Because to be fair to you, I wasn't impressed against Man United that we played, and the Leeds game I wasn't impressed for the first half an hour. You get me? And then yes, we won 5-0, but I wasn't too impressed. And we were terrible in pre-season against Tottenham. Bilbao, we were quite good. Newcastle, we were okay. You know what I'm saying? Villarreal, we lost to. So I'm still looking at it like, are we really as good as it seems? Like, we haven't conceded a goal, which is obviously ideal. And we've played Man United, we as a whole, we've got to admit, we scraped through that game. As much as we could say defensive and stuff, we scraped through that game. And Leeds. So he could easily have been just 3 points on the board, and then it'll be a whole different.
But it's not.
Game.
But it's not. That's the thing. It's not.
I know, but I'm saying the point is that Man United, for example, they beat Burnley yesterday, so it's not that they lost, but the feeling is it was a shocking game by them. You understand? So it's not about whether the fact. I know the facts are we've got 6 points on the board and we're going to Anfield, but it is still Liverpool at Anfield. We have to be. Can
you not apply the same logic to Liverpool?
In what way?
Man, I call you the ultimate flip-flop.
Yeah.
Man said you're the ultimate flip-flop.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Can you not apply the exact same logic to Liverpool though? Because they haven't looked great in both their games.
But their games.
They lost in the Community Shield to Crystal Palace. Yeah, first competitive game of the season. They lost.
They didn't.
They lost. They lost.
It was a 90-minute game. They didn't.
Completely different team though.
They lift the shot. No, because
It was a 90-minute game, bro.
Okay, but they conceded 2 goals and
you done this last year when it was an Arsenal game. So
it's a completely different team though, bro.
Okay, cool. So
they played Bournemouth and Bournemouth just beat Tottenham. So we can see what team Bournemouth are now.
Bournemouth are very good team.
It's Bournemouth and Newcastle away, bro.
With 10 men.
But it's still Newcastle away, bro.
With 10 men. So all I'm saying is excuses are being made for Liverpool, but those same excuses are not being made for Arsenal. Arsenal are in a scenario where we've conceded 0 goals. Liverpool have conceded 6 goals in their first 3 competitive games. I'm not saying that Liverpool can't win. I'm not saying that.
Are you saying you said, has anything changed slightly?
Yeah, I'm saying I feel like you're downplaying Arsenal, but you're not downplaying Liverpool in the same areas that you're downplaying.
I don't think he downplayed Arsenal. He just gave some context as to why he's not as confident as he was the other day when you know what we
really confident.
What I think is safe to assume is the nerves are starting to kick in. You know, big game, big day.
Yeah, the day's different. The realization. It's like Conor Benn.
That's what I'm saying.
When Conor Benn came into the ring, talk what you want. When you get in the ring and you see 60,000 people there and you see Chris Eubank in the ring, you start realizing, hold on a minute.
It's not the same as what you thought. You gassed
it up. It's the same as when I was in the gym, bruv.
100%. And
it's not the same.
You know what? Yeah. I think both of you have made good points. Like Arsenal, you can look at them and slight, but Hooks is right in saying you can slight Liverpool as well, because as good as they have been going forward, and you know, at home they'll be able to push them through. They might have that extra goal, and they might have that extra push. At the back, they've looked a mess. Konate's had 2 of his, and I see that debate with Kopic the other day, which is crazy because Konate's been awful, absolutely awful, and says better than Gabriel Saliba's madness.
Yeah,
but for how bad he is, and you know, you got Gyökeres going up against Van Dijk and Konate. There's some holes back there. Like I think that a draw and going with the draw is a safest option to go for, because both teams have weaknesses, but also both teams are very strong in their strengths. Arsenal have a very good defense. Liverpool have a very good attack. So you sort of you're their kryptonite in that sense. But it's the Anfield factor that I feel like leans way more in their favor.
The difference is though, would you Hook take a draw?
Would I take one?
Yeah.
I mean, I would take a draw over a loss, but I think we
would
should
you take a draw now before the game starts? Would you settle for a draw now and take
over a loss. Yes, not in general.
over a loss? Not over a loss. I'm saying, would you take a draw? Obviously, you take a draw over a loss. I'm saying, would you accept a draw right now?
No, I think we should be winning. No, I think a big part of why we in previous seasons haven't really pushed on and got over the line is because games like this, where we should really be going and trying to win and getting the win, we've often said things like, you know what, going to Anfield and getting a draw is not it's a good result. Going to Etihad and getting a draw is a good result. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like what we need to do to be able to really push on and get over the line this season is we need to treat these games as must wins. And us as a fan base, we shouldn't be happy if we don't leave these games with victories. Like, yeah, Liverpool's a great team, but so are we. This isn't Liverpool going up against, I don't know, a Brighton. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, all due respect, like, us as a fan base, we view ourselves as one of the Titans. Man City, they view themselves as one of the Titans. Liverpool, they view themselves as one of the Titans. When Titans clash, there has to be a winner. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, what's the point? Like, we're just going to go through the same cycle again of, yeah, we do well against certain teams, but then, yeah, we get draws against the big teams, and then we're looking at, oh, shit, 2-point difference. If only we won that game against Liverpool. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like there has to be a mindset of beating teams like Liverpool at Anfield, because it is something that we need to get over. We haven't won there since 2012. Shambolic.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but then that mindset can be for any team, can't it? You can. You can have Burnley. Let's say
any team that wants to win the league. Yeah, any team that wants to win. Any team that can win the league.
Any team in general.
No, because because Burnley just come up from the Championship, shouldn't be looking at the Anfield game like, yeah, this is a must win. Come on, bro, that makes no sense.
No, not must win. I don't think this is a must win for Arsenal.
This for me is a must win, 100% must win.
No way, it's not.
It is 100 million. And do you know what makes it even more of a must win? We're playing Liverpool at Anfield, game week 3, off of the back of them being a bit shaky, not fully warmed up. Engines aren't fully raring at the moment. This is the best time to go to Anfield. If I can't beat, as Arsenal, yeah, for everything that we say about Arsenal, having a strong squad, having all these sick players, a lot of people saying the manager is amazing, all of that stuff, like second 3 times in a row. If I can't go to Anfield on game week 3 and beat Liverpool, then that's a big problem. It's not
a must win, though, is it?
100% a must win. 100% a must win. And I just implore all Arsenal fans to treat this as a must win, because that's the type of energy that we need to be putting out into the world. The players need to go to Anfield thinking it's a must win. And Jordan's right. It's a must win for both teams. Just as how big it is for us to win this game, it is equally as big, for Liverpool to win this game.
I think our Arsenal players need to put the pressure on themselves, because from everywhere outside, everyone's trying to put the pressure on Arsenal and say Arsenal the favourites, Arsenal the favourites, Arsenal the favourites. So I get the outside pressure is what you ignore, but Arsenal should be putting that pressure on themselves to say we need to win today, we need to win today, just to like callous their minds and the mental side of things to say, you know, if we can get through this and we know how this side is early in the season, later on in the season, it'll be easier for them to switch on and get into that mind, because they've been doing this from the start. So I feel like it is bigger for Arsenal in that sense, but at the same time, Liverpool also have to win, because I feel like Liverpool are doing a lot of let's push the pressure on Arsenal. Liverpool have a lot of pressure on themselves. They're at home, they have a big game. You know, it's the title decider, and let's have it right. Like, they just won the title, so they should be setting precedent and beating you guys again. So I think Liverpool fans and Liverpool as a club, because I was watching Salah the other day say, I think Arsenal are title favourites. They're doing a lot of talk to try and put the pressure on Arsenal and deflect it off themselves, and they need to realise. I think
you're getting too wrapped up in what it is at Anfield, man. People are forgetting. Like, the fact of the matter is, Arsenal right now are in a good position, innit? And we've got to take the game to Liverpool and try and win the game. You know what I'm saying? That's just where it comes down to. Liverpool it comes across like they're seeming weaker than us, when actually, in fact, they've had 2 harder games than us. And the facts are that they're champions. So everything is actually in their favour because they're still at home. So the fact is, we're going to have to take it to them and try and beat them, because this is what we've got to do. But the actual scenario is it's not a must win, and we have to actually compete with Liverpool before we even think about the result. Because that's what we don't do a lot of the time. We don't actually compete first. So that's what we've got to actually get done. I know you're doing this whole.
Wait, the last few times we've played them, we've actually competed really well.
I know we've competed really well.
Now we're at that point that you're talking about, where first we have to compete with them, which we've been doing. Now we have to win.
If we beat Liverpool at Anfield, it will give us far more confidence than it would hurt Liverpool. Liverpool are not going to think they're out of the title race because we beat them at Anfield. You know what I'm saying?
But but this is the thing. So, like, cool. Salah's already come out and said that Arsenal are the favourites and gave a set of reasons as to why. If Arsenal now go and beat them at Anfield, that actually reaffirms Salah's point.
We're not favourites, bro. Doesn't matter what. I know you're trying to spin.
No, I'm not spinning anything. I'm telling you what Salah said. I'm telling you who you think is one of the best players.
You think Salah thinks Arsenal are favourites ahead of Liverpool? You really think that? You think so?
100%, because he's not a liar. Because he's a man of he's a man of the Lord. He's a man of the Lord.
You think Salah thinks that
Arsenal? He's a man of the Lord. He doesn't lie. He's a man of the Lord. You get me?
He made a fair point though. When he said it, it's not like he just said it randomly. He said because Arsenal have a settled manager, they've been competing for 4 or 5 years. They have the most settled team. It makes sense. He said we're not the title favorites because we've got so much changes. He's pretty much alluding to all the different transfers they've got coming in, which is a good fair point. And he also said that he wouldn't write off Pep Guardiola because Pep Guardiola is Pep Guardiola. Yep. So exactly. I think he does generally believe Arsenal are title favorites, and that they're strong.
So do you think Hooks and Jules, you both think we're title favorites as well?
We've had this conversation, so
I had this conversation with you virtually nearly every day, and I tell you, as it stands right now, I think Arsenal have the strongest squad. We are the favorites. The only way that
I've got Liverpool as favourites. I've got City to win it, but Liverpool are the favourites because they've won it last season. But that's also because I have no belief in your manager. So I'm biased in that sense. I would never have you guys as favourites. I don't think your manager's good enough to be.
I think the only way that changes for me is if Liverpool go and grab Isak and Guehi. If they go and grab Isak and Guehi deadline day and Arsenal don't respond with like that kind of superstar left winger that we all think that we should get, then to me, Liverpool are the favourites. But until then, for me, Arsenal are the favourites. And look, at some point, like Arsenal can't go and sign 8-9 players in a window, and Arsenal fans are still sitting there nervous. Bun all of that. We covered all of our gaps in the squad. We've upgraded our ceiling with 4 players. We've upgraded our floor with another 4 players. Like, the Arsenal fans shouldn't be sitting here like nervous. Why am I nervous?
It's not about being nervous. It's not about nerves.
We gotta be. Chest has to be out now. Like, how much more do you need to do in the window before the chest comes out?
It's not about nerves. It's about the fact that we're going to Anfield. We have to make sure that we stay in this game. And you're talking about like we're talking about like we're going. This is when last did we beat Liverpool at Anfield?
I know this 2012. But what I'm saying is, what more do we need to be confident enough that we can go there and win? What more do we need? Do I need to sign Yamal, Mbappe, Vitinha, and then sack Arteta and then bring in Enrique? Is that the only way that I can feel confident going into
what you're saying is right, isn't it? What you're saying is right. You're going with the fact of, you know what, we've got to go there and we can beat them. I'm with that, innit? But what my point was, the question that you asked wasn't can we go to Anfield and win? That wasn't the question you asked. The question you asked was, is there a little slight change in how you feel about the game? So it's your question that changed the confidence what we're talking about. You know, you could have changed your question; it would have been a different answer.
No, but how you answered the question made me understand that you're even more nervous now.
I am.
Than he was,
obviously, because the game's
and we're talking about nerves.
Yeah, I'm obviously more nervous that the game's we don't have our best player.
Do you know what's crazy? Erdegaard even travelled with the squad.
We don't have our best player. Like obviously I'm more nervous. We don't even have Saka playing, bro.
Yeah, but before yesterday, a lot of us thought we was going to Anfield without Saka and Erdegaard.
Yeah, but
Erdegaard has travelled.
Erdegaard
travelling. You're now more nervous. You're now more nervous Now our captain is going to Anfield with us. You're now more nervous.
I'm not more nervous because of the scenarios. I'm more nervous because the game is upon us. That's why. It's like this is normality. It's like when you can talk about it all day long at home, but as soon as you start putting the players pull up to Anfield on a coach, the realization is going to hit you. When you play Galatasaray away, you can talk about Galatasaray away as much as you want. When you get there, you're going to feel like, wow, this is a serious atmosphere. It's a different thing. Obviously, this is real life, bro. This is not playing FIFA.
Again, like I said, I know how difficult it is to win at Anfield. I know the level changer that it is at Anfield. I'm aware of all this. I'm also aware that Liverpool can beat Arsenal at Anfield very comfortably at that, because it is Anfield. What I'm talking about is perspective going into the game. Like, what more do we need as Arsenal fans to go game week 3 off the back of Liverpool conceding 6 goals?
I'll tell you what more we need. Our best player playing. Our best player playing.
But Saka's played at Anfield before and we haven't won. So I don't know what that means.
But he's still our best player, Hooks. What do you mean, what more do we need? I just told you what more we need. We need our best player fit.
I hear it. Cool. I hear it. Obviously, you're less confident than what I am in it.
Yeah, so what do you think the score's going to be? What do you think the score's going to be? Because you think we're going to keep a clean sheet, right?
Yeah, I still think we're going to keep a clean sheet.
Okay, yeah. So,
but again, I can be wrong. It's just a prediction. I can be wrong.
You will be wrong. You will be wrong.
Yeah, I may so be wrong. I may so be wrong, but that's just how I feel. Like, I'm just speaking about how
I'm with you. I think you're right to say things that actually mean something, because that's what we need to be doing. You're absolutely right, bro. I'm just on the side of the fact that I've had a long time going to Anfield, and it's always been harder than we make it out.
Do you know what? This is a surprise that we've got to do on opposite ends today, because usually D's gassing up and D's the one doing the confidence, and Hooks is doing diplomat. Let's not go ahead. We're usually doing diplomat, and that's the other way around. But it's refreshing, isn't it? It's refreshing to see. I'm not gonna lie. Hooks has got the confidence today. Make sure you bring that same energy if you don't win tomorrow, innit?
Yeah, look, like, if we don't win, I'm gonna be vexed. Like, I'll be vexed at a draw, because I think that we can win. That's where I'm at. Other Arsenal fans may not be there, but that's where I'm at.
You'll be vexed at a draw, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be vexed, because I think we should be winning.
Make sure you call him up on this and your match reaction straight after.
No, because it depends. If we win the game, then Hooks is right and good on you.
No, obviously if you win the game and cool, but if you draw or lose, make sure Hooks is vexed, and if he isn't vexed, make sure you get him vexed, so he shows that he's actually vexed.
George is over. George is over here doing the YouTube thing. I hear it, but look,
no. I'm just being. You said you're going to be vexed. I want to see you vexed after the stream. I want to see a vexed Hooks on the stream. Is all I'm saying.
George is on the YouTube.
I want to see a Hooks crash out after a draw, innit? That's what I'm saying. Like,
I hear it. Well, George has managed to dodge answering for his crimes. For Spurs.
I'll answer my crime. Look, we'll go do a little 5 minutes on Spurs, innit? If you really want to, we'll do a quick 5 minutes. I'm not going to dodge the crimes. We're here.
Okay.
We can do a little 5 minutes. Like, what do you want to do?
Okay, no problem.
Now, this is what I need to know, though, because before you do this, because D, we've seen consistency with this, yeah? Did you actually watch the game, Hooks? Because don't tell me you watch highlights. You're gonna try to slew.
I didn't watch the game.
All right, so he's doing that one again. He wants to talk about something that he didn't.
No, I want you to talk about it. I want you to talk about it. I was very specific.
How about D talks about it, then I will, because D's giving you the unbiased point of view. So why don't D give his unbiased point of view?
Well, in this game, I feel like they got completely outplayed. That's the first foremost thing. 100%. Tottenham got absolutely, and I'm not just outplayed in terms of ball possession, outplayed in terms of chances. Bournemouth could have been 4-0 up. Like they got completely outplayed. But the difference is with Frank which is where I think Frank is top class, but this is the only thing that's going to be an issue for him. He's either too defensive or too attacking. His two sets of teams are polar opposites. So you have a situation where, because I said to you last week, I said it's going to be different when Tottenham go 1-0 down. I said we're going to see. And when he went 1-0 down this game, you've now all of a sudden got Paulinho, Bentancur, and Sarr on the pitch. Now all of a sudden you can't really attack with those three. Mm-hmm. So what he ended up doing, he ended up changing it, bringing on Bergvall and those guys at some point. But then all of a sudden your team's too attacking now. Bentancur is now playing in the 6 and he's all over the place. You took Paulinho off. It's all over the place.
I don't think.
No,
I
he
do
gave
get
the ball
your
away
point.
back. He gave the ball away back in the second half. He gave the ball away like
Not in the
3
second half.
times.
He was very good in the second half.
He may have been very good, but the 2 of the chances came from Paulinho, came from Bentancur giving the ball away. So the point I'm making is, what's Hooks doing? I don't know what's he doing.
Binoculars, clearly. The Spence.
Oh, let's talk about Spence. I don't know why people keep talking about
Spence didn't have a bad game.
He didn't even play against Semenyo. Semenyo was playing on the left.
Yeah, that's what I saw. The thing he
I don't know
didn't
if
play.
you don't know. I don't
against
think people know that he didn't play against each other at all.
Yeah,
They
but I'm
played
hearing
against each other for the last 15 minutes when Semenyo didn't do anything.
I'm hearing Brooks done him up.
No, he
Who?
didn't.
I'm hearing Brooks done
You
him
know
up.
what you've done is the people looked at
Hearing
who
Brooks done him
scored
up.
rate and
They didn't watch the
scored
game.
rate.
If they watched the game, they wouldn't say this.
I'm hearing Brooks done him up. That's what I'm saying.
No. Everything that happened in that game, and D said it right, we were completely outclassed, outplayed. 75 minutes. I think it took us 70 minutes to get a shot on target. And you pointed it out correctly there, innit? I think we were far too defensive yesterday. We set up in a way when against Manchester City, against Arsenal and Liverpool, we could set up with that midfield. It works because we're breaking the team down, we're transitioning, and we're going to find the other teams with spaces in behind. But in that game in particular, we needed guys to get a hold of the ball who could move the ball and actually progress it forward. The only thing is, I think where it's different, D, is you are right, is he does have those 2 teams, but those 2 teams will change when Simmons comes in because now we have a natural 10, a natural creator. And even when Maddison and Kulu come in, he's now got someone who he's got as an option to play in the 10, who's a bit more comfortable and someone who you can rely on. Because like you said, when he did make the change to bring on Bergvall, which I said it at halftime, I think the 3 places where I identified and what I liked of Frank is he made the 3 changes that I would have made. He brought off Odegaard and brought on Odegaard and Bergvall to try and retain the ball, 2 players that can keep it, and then swapped Spence over when there was. I do think he should have done it early in the game, take Porro off, bring Udogie on, but I think he was trying to manage Udogie's minutes, so he probably didn't want to move him, bring him on too early in case of injury. But Bournemouth were just so much better than us in every sense. The midfield setup from us was poor, and the one thing I will say is if that was Ange, like you said, that would have been 4 or 5-0 because Ange would have just kept giving them the space in behind.
But it should have been. It should have been.
It should have been with the chances that they had, but they didn't ultimately, and we managed to see it.
They should have had a penalty.
No, let's be honest. No, there was no penalty.
They hit the. It was a penalty.
When?
Kudos gave away a penalty. That was a penalty.
How?
And then they hit the bar.
What was the penalty? That was not a penalty.
That is definitely.
Now you're doing something. Now this is where you're not consistent because earlier you said go with the referee's decision on field. The referee's decision on field was that wasn't a penalty because again there was barely any contact. But you want to look at the slow mo and be like, oh, there's contact, so it's a penalty.
I'm not looking. I didn't see the slow mo. I watched it in real time. I didn't see no slow mo.
So if the referee close enough to it realized in real time that wasn't a penalty, then what makes
it was a penalty? I personally think that was a penalty. I think it was an easy penalty as well. I don't think that was a hard penalty.
But the referee in real time right next to it said it wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, maybe the ref didn't see it. Maybe the ref didn't see it the same way that you saw it, so he just called it.
And then they hit the bar from that as well. From that move, they hit the bar, and even Nilsson missed a 1-on-1 from that situation as well. Even Nilsson should have got a hat trick. Vicario was probably man of the match because
Vicario was class. Vicario was class.
If it weren't for them, they would have lost. They honestly, Hawks, no joke, they would have lost 5-0.
But also the goal they did. Let's have it but let's have it right. The goal they did score was a deflected goal that was going wide as well. So as much as they did have many chances. What do you mean war? That's the fact.
What do you mean the goal was deflected goal?
It was going wide. It was going wide. So my point is that you're saying is that they should have scored 4 or 5. The goal that they eventually scored was a deflected goal. So
they missed. Semenyo missed an easy header. That should have been an easy goal.
That's not my point that I'm making though. You've just said they should have been 4 or 5, and I said yes. But at the same time, they didn't score those chances. And the chance they did score was deflected goals. So quite literally, the consistency is that they miss a lot of chances. That's the problem with this Bournemouth team. If you've watched them, you'd know they miss a lot of chances. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. Is they missed all the easy chances. And the chance they did score was the one that you probably wouldn't have expected to go in.
What to do with whether they should have scored 5, though?
Because they always miss chances. That's my point. Is Bournemouth always get themselves in a position in a lot of games, if you watch, even against Liverpool, where they should have scored more goals. They miss a lot of chances because they lack quality in the final third because they're not that great of a team. Like any team at that level, they would lack quality in the final third. That was their issue, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, when Man United played Burnley yesterday, Man United should have been about 3-0 up. Like whether they miss chances or not, that's the whole point, isn't it?
But again, if Man United should be 3-0 up, whose fault is it? Oh, what? Because Cunha missed chances again. But we spoke about Cunha the other week that he always misses chances. So should they be 3-0 up or should they expect him to miss chances?
Okay, yes. If that's what you're assuming, if you're talking about that, if you're saying that missed chances mean that you're supposed to have missed them, then that's different.
No, it's not that I'm saying supposed to, but if you have a player that consistently misses chances, then you can't say, oh, he's in that position, he should score. But he misses chances all the time in that position. So quite literally, it's not as good of a chance to him as it would be to another player, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
But no, your point overall is that Bournemouth outclassed us. There's no denying that.
Yeah, it was.
They outclassed us.
I think Thomas Frank was a bit confused. I don't think he realized. I think he knew because of the team he played, but I don't think he actually realized how outplayed they can get. I think. I think.
Go on. Sorry.
No, go on. I think obviously everyone's been praising Tottenham to the highest echelon, but like I always said to Jules, I said, if you play that style of football, you have to be prepared for other teams to be in control of the game. That's what it does. So when we play Tottenham, when Arsenal play Tottenham, it's going to be a very fiery game. If Tottenham, what they're going to do the sit-back counter-attacking thing. It's down to Arsenal whether we play well enough or not. If we don't play at 100%, we play at 90%, we could lose. If we do play at 90 or 100%, we're going to win. That game plan that you play is not based on yourself. It's based on the other team.
You keep making that game plan to be the overall game plan, but we don't have a 10, so he's forced into that game plan. We won't be using that same game plan when we have a 10.
You will.
And
that's been his formation.
No. But it's been his. But again, the formation's not the problem. We didn't play with a back five. Played with a 4-2-3-1, and he played with a 10 at Brentford. Damsgaard. He always played with a creative midfielder. Spurs have lacked that creative midfielder since he come in. He's actually only played 40 minutes with a creative midfielder, and that was Maddison. They were across two separate games where he got injured in the other 20. So he's actually only had the chance to play a number 10 for 40 minutes across over 300 minutes of football. So now that we have a 10, that he will not be forced to play in so defensive because we have a creative player in that position.
You played Bournemouth at home. This wasn't Arsenal at home. You played Bournemouth at home.
I don't think you're not understanding what I'm saying, though.
I am. You're saying he played defensive because he doesn't have a 10. And I'm telling you, game...
he's not. We didn't play defensive. We were forced into playing because the players that we had on the pitch. The players on the pitch, like Sarr, wasn't coming in, dropping into the midfield to pick up the ball. So we're losing it consistently. And every second ball that we had, they were getting first to. So it looked... So, yes, they dominated the sensible, the chance and so on. But whenever we was on the ball, we couldn't progress it forward because we lacked that one player, the 10, the creative player. So, yes, we looked extremely defensive because we couldn't progress it.
If you play Sarr, Bentancur, and
Paulinho
in the midfield, that's a defensive midfield, bro.
I know, but when we have Simmons or a 10, you would never see that.
You can play. You've got Odebear, you've got Bergval. Why is Bergval not playing?
Bergval come on the pitch. Bergval's not a natural 10. He's more of an 8. He's more of an 8, so he's not a natural 10. So they put Sarr in there to reward him for his performances that he's been playing. So against Man City and Burnley, he was very good and quite.
He's still creative, though.
I get that. I would make the same decision. I would have played Bergval on the 10, but I'm looking at it from the manager's point of view. He's rewarding players for their performances. Sarr literally has been our best player in a Spurs shirt since Frank's come in. He's not going to drop him for this game against Bournemouth because, Bergval might be better in that position. He's going to reward Sarr for his position.
No one said to drop Sarr. Why are you talking?
He could have dropped Paulinho as well, but Paulinho had an amazing game against Man City, so he played him. I agree that we should have not played 3 defensive players. I do agree with that sense, but I do think that, again, he doesn't have a number 10 that he believes in as to why he didn't play that. And he did make that change 55 minutes into the game, 10 minutes after.
But it suits him to play those 3 because that's his natural way of thinking. That's what he likes. He likes to stifle teams more so than take the game by the scruff of the neck. That's how he plays. He's always played like that.
But that's not true because against Burnley, we've done the completely different.
Against Burnley.
I expect him again with a 10. We'll see us play very differently.
So when you play,
you're judging him for 3 games and saying he's going to play 3 defensive midfielders across the whole season.
He will against the top teams. He will against the top teams. He will.
Well, again, there's only 3 top teams in the league. So if he does that in those 3 games, I ain't got a problem.
Okay. Well, just quickly. Because obviously you can confirm for me after as well. Because obviously I didn't watch the game. I've just seen a lot of stuff online. Yeah, but big up Real McCoy with the super chat. Yeah, Spurs must play Johnson through the middle. I don't know if it was the whole game or if there was a point in the game. You had 1 shot, and Bournemouth had like 20 something.
That was in like 65 minutes in, 67 minutes in, or something like that. Yeah.
For at home.
We know it's bad. We said that. We've addressed that. It's bad, isn't it? All the attackers know that. But again, I don't think
I don't think Simmons changes.
When you have a number 10, you don't have that issue.
I don't think Simmons changes. I don't think just Simmons changes that.
Like he would. Any number 10. chat.
No, there's something fundamentally wrong if at home you're only having one shot in like 70 minutes.
But you have to watch the game to make that decision. You can't not watch the game and make that decision.
No, it's too much in general. That's
No, but
Yeah,
again,
general,
if you watch the
there's
game,
something fundamentally wrong.
it's very clear to see Spurs lack the 10. Very clear to see. Spurs lack to create midfielder.
Bro, one shot at home in a game for Tottenham Hotspur.
We didn't have one shot.
Doesn't matter if we have a 10
we
or
didn't have
not.
one shot in total. We didn't have one shot.
One shot
70
after
minutes.
70 minutes.
Crazy.
Why are you talking about not having?
Well,
Is that the
because
only reason?
you guys are just refuting the point of like the style of play and the way that you build up. Like, I don't know why you guys are just being like choosing to ignore the basics of football. In football, you need someone that can progress the ball through the lines, whether it's carrying or passing. We didn't have nobody that can do that yesterday.
He chose that formation, bro. He chose the players.
Hence why I said there's something fundamentally wrong.
We're just gonna keep.
I wouldn't quite say
arguing about
fundamentally
it,
wrong. I wouldn't quite say fundamentally wrong. But all because you didn't have a 10, that means you can't shoot. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what you guys ain't listening. I'm just not
because you didn't have a 10 when you played Man City, did you? And you had loads of shots. You didn't have a 10.
Well, when you look at the
you have a 10 when you played Man City.
You look at no. Again, you're smart enough to know that. I know that you can tactically analyze a game. So if you tactically analyze our chances against City, what did you see and how were they created?
In transition.
No, okay. So and how was both our goals created? In fact, we pressed them high up the pitch and we won the ball high up the pitch. So literally, we did not need to build out from the back and play through City lines to create chances. We created their chances off the back of a press, counter press them, and then one off the press and then counter attack them. That's how we won majority of our chances. So in this game, we didn't get that opportunity because we didn't progress the ball into Bournemouth's half where they were playing it around the back. We literally couldn't build out from the back ourselves. Bournemouth's press killed us. The ball was in a lot of our half, and all we're doing is going sideways, and then a long ball forward, and then Richarlison's hold-up play was off. Richarlison wasn't holding up the ball so we can build off of him. Like, again, I don't think people can choose to do the funny thing, and I don't mind. If you want to laugh at Tottenham, we can do that. But if you actually want to look at a game, I'm talking about people in the chat as well. I'm not talking about you.
I haven't laughed
at Tottenham. Hook said
I'm not talking about you in particular. I'm saying in general. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, but Hook said a basic thing. He said having one shot after 70 minutes at home. And then you're talking about not having a 10 and the tactics of it and stuff like that. You should
talking about the tactics of a game. Like, I don't know. Is that not what we do? When you review the game, you talk about the tactics
implemented. That Frank implemented.
No, I'm talking about the. You know, I'm gonna keep around myself because whatever you guys say, I'm not even gonna keep saying it.
Bro, come on, bro.
You know, I
get your point, but we're gonna keep arguing about it. That's why I don't even see the point.
Yeah, I know. It is becoming a bit of a circular conversation. But just as a last point for me, yeah, I know for 100% fact that if this was Arsenal, you wouldn't be trying to do overanalyze and breaking down the tactics, and it's because we didn't have a 10 and all of that. You'd be saying,
I'm doing that. Yeah, it's right. It's my team.
You know what? I wouldn't actually be surprised if you actually said, you know what, to have one shot at home after 70 minutes, there's something fundamentally wrong. You would actually say
that was a problem.
I find it a bit. I'm not even trying to take shots at Tottenham because obviously I said I didn't watch the game. I was just curious. I was finding out if that was actually a thing.
And also,
I
never said
you don't provide that balance when it. What I'm trying to say is you don't provide balance when it comes to other teams, but you expect others.
I do. I do. You just don't like when I don't do it for yourselves.
I'm saying
when I gave that balance on the Man United and Arsenal game, we didn't have that issue.
I'm just all I'm saying.
When I choose to provide the balance.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is for other teams you don't want to provide that balance, but you're expecting us.
Okay. So, no, I never expected you to do anything. I asked you if you want to have a certain. You asked me my thoughts on the game. I gave you my thoughts on the game, and then you're arguing my thoughts on the game. I can't argue my thoughts, but I'm giving you my analysis. That's my analysis. Don't need to be yours. We have separate analysis.
I know you're hot because you lost the game. You're talking bare fast. I hear it. Breathe. But I'm just saying. Yeah, you're talking bare fast. You're talking.
You're talking faster than me.
I feel like you're on 1.5 speed. Do you get me? That's how fast you're talking.
You just because you speak in 0.75 speed. Oh yeah. So you know when like you speak naturally in that speed. So yeah, I speak fast. Cool. But anyway,
yeah, we got to bring this to a wrap. Obviously, man, then got things to do. Love for tuning in, people. Just make sure on the way out you're hitting the like button. Make sure on the way out you're subscribing to all the channels, showing all the channels the love. Make sure under each of the videos afterwards you drop a comment. Comments really do warm up the algorithm and help push out the video to more people that would have never seen it before. And I need all of you to say your prayers for Liverpool today because Arsenal are rolling Anfield and are gonna punch them up. Send you over to Naf now. Have a good day, and we'll catch you later. Peace.